So let's talk about the brush function, which people also call brush. Basically, it's a function of the mask. It involves the mask. Today, the mask is present in pretty much every function in Redraw, but there is a specific function, which is the brush function. You'll hear us talking about the brush function too, and really, the only difference is the language, right? So let's get started here, and you'll notice the screen looks a little different in this function, but it's really simple. Basically, I'll show you right away with the scene we've been using a lot here. It lets you easily change something in your image. For example, if you have a sofa and want to change its texture, or you have a porcelain tile floor but want to turn it into wood. Anyway, there are a lot of uses for this. So here, for example, I can select a texture and upload a specific texture to use in my scene, or I can use a reference image. So, let's say I don't have another one to show right now, but let's say there's another type of house here, and I want, for example, to bring the car from another house into this one. Let me see if I can find another image here that has a car in front so we can use it as a more accurate example. Here's an example that's not so great, but let's say I want to bring this car here. Let's say this car was in a better position, in the place of this car here, then I could use an image as a reference. Anyway, I can check here to send it without color or reference, and then I can type my text here for what I want to change. So you can see that it's a feature with several ways to be used, and all these ways work really well. It really depends on what you're looking for in this feature, right, on what your goal is, and it's become very dynamic so you can apply it in any context you can imagine in your head that you might need. This is a feature that I personally really like, and it's something I want to bring. I want the team to bring a lot of improvements to it, a lot of options. So, for example, we still don't have an option for you to select a spot. Type what you want to have in that spot, and then add it, but that's something very simple to do. We're going to be bringing that in the next versions of the brush feature. So these are details, things that we keep adding, and I believe that soon I'll be updating this video here with these new features. But let's get to it. Without much delay here, I'm going to select my car so we can use it as an example. I'm going to make a really simple mask here, not being too precise with what I'm selecting. Of course, I could make a much better mask, and then I can, for example, choose the color of my car here. Here, for example, with blue, and the idea is that it changes the color. So imagine this for all sorts of things, a specific piece of furniture. For example, you can set your color right there. Of course, in the same way here, you can enable the texture and upload your own texture. I'll show you some cases where we do that in just a moment. And look, it already changed the color of my car here. So sometimes, for example, I might not select the wheel, so it doesn't change the wheel. Anyway, you can do this in a more detailed way than I did. I'm going to delete my layer here and let's try another example. And it's worth remembering that this function is mainly meant to modify textures and colors, so sometimes if you want to make certain changes, it might be more interesting to use it in the generate ideas mode, okay? So I'm going to run a few tests here with you just so we can see what we can do, or we can get with this function. I'm going to try to select the whole house here, apply a color, and then I'll do the same with a reference image. I also have some examples that work well with this function, and I'll show them to you. So here I added a reference image, and look, now it actually brought in an aspect based on that reference for us. It tried to make some changes. It's not exactly what I'm looking for with this image, but it's interesting to see that you can do this as well. I'm going to try here, look, if I click on the trash can, I delete my generated image. So I'll try to apply a color to my house now and see how it turns out. Of course, here I selected the entire house, but it would be more interesting, if you're looking to change the color or even the texture, to select the specific texture. Just think about it. Here I selected the black texture, the white texture, the glass, the gate, a bunch of things in my scene, which doesn't look that great, as you can see here. But notice that it did make the color change. So imagine if I had a little more patience here, and came over, for example, and selected just this wall right here. Let's do that now. Let's see how it turns out. Look at that! So it painted my wall here, but not with much quality, right? Of course, it would be better if I thought of better colors, but you can see that it did what we asked for here. It included my window here, and we got the result we were looking for. Let's bring this into another context, then. I want to show you this image we already have here, a kitchen. Let's enable our mask again here. I want to select, this will take a little while, but just my wall covering, and like I said, you need to make a much better selection than mine, right? After a few minutes with my mask here, I'm going to pull in a texture. It could be this brick one, frame it a little better here, and let's crop it. So here's our result. Of course, it changed where the water is falling here, but if I had made a better mask, the result would have been better. Now let's try changing our texture here. I'm going to bring in this one, which is a bit different, and let's generate it again. This was our result. I didn't really like it. This texture is also a bit off, so I'm going to try a texture that's a bit closer to marble here so we can see how it looks. Here's the result. I ended up selecting our faucet in the mask as well, so this part didn't turn out that great. I could also, for example, type in white marble texture here. Let's see what result the AI gives me in this case. It ended up removing my faucet here. Like I said, it's always an adjustment we have to make to the mask so it doesn't include the faucet. I did it a bit faster here, but it did add my marble, right? Of course, it wasn't exactly the marble I asked for, and that's where it really helps to be more specific with what you type in the prompt. That helps a lot, and then you'll get your results. Another scene we can bring up here is the car one again, which I actually forgot to show you guys, using a reference image. I'm going to use this car here. We've already shown it in other lessons too. I'm going to select my car here and click to generate. And look, it already added our car here. Of course, my mask wasn't that accurate either, so I'd need to select it a bit better. It already brought everything from this car over here. So this is also a pretty interesting tool. And another way we can use this tool is for interiors. I'm going to pull up a space for us to analyze. I'm going to bring in my reference sofa here as a reference image. You can see it's nothing to brag about. I just grabbed it from a free website, but it's just to show you how this function works. Again, it's not the best mask, just so we can get a cooler result. And check out the result of applying this sofa here in this scene. It even brought in our brown pillows, so it turned out pretty interesting too. My mask didn't turn out that great, but like I said, as we keep improving the mask, we can get more precision in the scene. So that's it, folks. This is our brush function inside Redraw. Like I mentioned, this lesson will be updated as new updates come out for this feature.